So as of late, I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2. Not a lot of Guild Wars 2, but I've been definitely playing it more often than not in my spare time. So I've been collecting these things called Vistas, and I figured since I have all of them in this area called Queensdale, which on the total map, so this big map here, is located kind of northwest. This area, Queensdale, 1 to 17. I'm a higher level than that, which is why it's all grayed out. But you basically start either in this city, Divinity's Reach, on this waypoint, or you'll be able to start on the Shaymore, I believe. That's how it's pronounced, waypoint. These are pretty much where you start no matter what. If you aren't a human, you'll start in there. If you are a human, you'll start around here. And so we'll start it from the Shaymore waypoint and go up to this vista up in the top left corner of the map. Now from Shaymore, of course there's a couple different paths you can take, but just from the point itself, if you follow me just generally, nothing exact, there's no like real parkour or anything yet, then we'll get there, and you'll be able to duplicate my actions pretty easily. Don't do this part. This is the part where who's Billy? Whatever. Don't do that unless there's copper ore there, because you might need that, like I do for jeweling. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Anyway, this vista right here, you just pretty much hug the mountain as long as you can, and you'll be able to try to jump this, and you'll be unsuccessful and fall down here. Then you just walk along this area and just jump when necessary, and then I like to hug the mountain at this point. Now, this is just coming from the Shaymore waypoint. None of this is actually completely necessary. If you're in this general area, you just come up to the shore, and you can just walk up this little ramp, turn around, and then keep going this way. This vista is not difficult to reach, but if you're not sure how to go about it, it's a bit tough. Now, you fall onto these wooden planks right here, that's what I'll call them, and just jump over to this part that's sticking out. Now you can either just jump from here to over there, or if you want to be a bit safer, you can climb on the boxes and then just jump. Then you land on this little area, and then you can view the vista. Now, I'm going to show the Vistas cutscenes just because, I mean, that's kind of the point of them, along with the fact that you're supposed to collect all of them in order to have 100% map completion. So I decided why not just show it. It looks nice anyway, and I'm not on the lowest quality setting, so it doesn't look like complete garbage. Although if this doesn't render out in HD, it might look like garbage anyway. Now, the next point we're going to go to, from up here, which is, you follow this path up, in case you just want a little recap, from Shaymore, you just go up here. We're going to head due south to this vista over here inside of Bandit Haunt Caverns, and I'm going to use the Fields waypoint. You can also use the Orchard waypoint. It doesn't really matter. The area you're going to is going to be south of this heart right here. Help Cassie around the Moa Ranch. I'm going to use this one for now. And there's two vistas that I like to reach using this waypoint. There's one directly south of it, which is really easy to get, and then there's one inside of the Bandit Caves, and I figure I should show this one first because it's a bit tougher, but it doesn't matter because I'm actually level 28, but my level's lowered to 5 because I'm in a level 5 max area. Which just means that I have low health, but I still have a lot of damage because my weapons are better than most level 5 weapons. So you can follow me on the map right here, or you can just see what I'm doing, you know, like this. I'll probably switch between them pretty often, because just watching my character walk through here is boring. And then on top of that, watching my character walk on the map's boring. But once you are south of this heart right here, or once you see these little trees, the stag, I mean, that's really not that necessary, but like these suspicious bushes, there's a cave entrance right here along the mountain on the left side. So that's right here. This area is a cave entrance. And now you're going to go inside of this. You cannot reach the vista from outside of the cave to my knowledge. I don't see how that'd be possible. Now, of course, there's a bad guy. Let's kill him quick. Oh, there's multiple. You'll probably have to do this if someone hasn't been in here clearing out the quest already. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to bother searching them for anything. Just kidding. I'm taking that. I'm gonna ignore her for now. I might be able to get out of her aggro range because this is not the room that you need to be in. You need to continue into this area over here. God, they're all following me. Maybe I can burn them. Let's see. Maybe that'll work. There is someone over there. Ow, I think you might have slowed me. But anyway, once you enter this room, you're going to continue straight into the next room. And then you're going to take a left, I believe. Okay. Now, it looks like people have already been in here clearing it out a little bit. Maybe they're doing the same thing I'm doing, but not recording. In other words, getting the vista. You'll just walk along these planks until you reach, or these bridges, I guess, until you reach the top. And at the top, there's Vista, conveniently located right here. And you sometimes might be able to see enemies right here instead of a guy that's kind of like hiding his face. The next Vista is going to be this one right here. So we're going to go back to Fields Waypoint, and I'll just let you see what we did on the map. These dots show exactly where we went, kind of covered by the Bandit Haunt Cavern's name, but that's our path. So now Fields Waypoint again, and of course if you don't want to spend money you can always just retrace your steps, because they're conveniently located on your map. Now from here, you'll follow this pathway down. You'll be able to see some pipes up ahead. And then maybe some bandit highwaymen, depending on if the quest is going on or not. Let's see. On the map, this is the direction we're going. Okay. You can see the vista right here. But you can't actually reach it unless you climb on top of this pipe. Really easy to do, really easy to get. But if for any reason you're missing this vista, then you're welcome. There's usually an event. Yeah, this one right here, prevent the bandits from blowing up the water pipes. There's usually this event going on. So if you're in need of doing that event or whatever for any reason, you're walking by, you see it, you'll know that you can get the vista here pretty easily. Alright, the next vista we're going to get is also pretty easy. It requires a bit of a higher level though. So if you're just starting off, this is not where you're going to be going. You're going to need to wait a little while before you go for this one. This is south. I didn't get the name of the waypoint. I'll make sure I grab that really quick once we're actually there. And this is just a really easy, you just climb up a little hill and then you just make sure you don't fall off at any point, but you don't have to do any special jumping or anything. Okay. So here, Vale Waypoint. You'll see right here, there's the vista. Now, it might look like you have to walk just straight around on the ground, but you actually have to go up this little mountain path right here where there's all these paths. So you'll see here, there's like a hill or a little mountain. And you just climb up. There's some level 8 harpies, which is why I said, you know, you're not going to be doing this at level like 2. Or the other ones you could do around level 2, 3, 4. Without too much of a problem. And the vista's just right here on top of this cliff face. So let's see how nice this looks. Alright. Good. Now, I didn't say this yet. There are... Oh, I don't think I said it. There are 9 vistas in total in Queensdale. So, this is the 4th one we've gathered. We're about halfway done. These are not too tough at all. And I'm just going to break for a second so I don't start lagging or anything because of fraps. But next, you're just going to go to Garrison Waypoint, or if you don't have that, Shaymore Waypoint. And then you'll just head down to the Shaymore Garrison if you go here. But I'm going to go to the Garrison Waypoint. Okay, now here at the Garrison Waypoint, you're going to get this vista. Oops, sorry. By being inside of this garrison. Let's see, you can't see it from this angle. But make sure your arrow's pointing toward the vista. And then once it is, you'll walk up the correct staircases. You can use this one or the one on the other side. Right there. Doesn't matter which, they both meet up here. And then you just walk up outside. Voila. Pretty easy to get, but if you don't know where it is, because you can't see it from inside the garrison that easily, then, well, that's how you do it, so no problem there. I really like the vistas because they let you see a lot of the scenery and stuff, and most people don't take the time to look at it, and of course you can skip them, but I just thought that it was a nice touch. Anyway, on that note, there are a couple more. The next one, this is the one with where the harpies were. And I kind of skipped over this vista because the garrison one was so easy, but now I'm just going to go to it. So, you can either go to the clay pool or back to the Vale waypoint. I think I'm going to use the Vale one, honestly. I think the other one's a little bit closer, but you've already seen this one. And here's the Vale waypoint. Now, you can't quite see it from here, but the vista's actually pretty close. You'd think that, so much of the map, from here to here, so far away, it's really a short distance. Now, the vista should come into line of sight really soon. Yeah, there it is. It's just on top of this little, I don't know, what is it, like a fishing hut or something? A little house for someone that wants to go fishing often, I guess. Anyway, this is the first thing that actually requires a little bit of smart jumping, other than the very first one we did. So you can simply just jump up on top of these boxes and then miss. Okay, jump on top of these boxes. Pretty much just use these as stairs right here. And I'm just being really careful so I don't mess up too bad. And then you can just jump straight onto the roof. You can do that a lot faster. I just thought that I would show, inching your way over to it instead of just full-on going jump over the whole thing instantly, because some people are really good at it and then other people really struggle with it. You have quite a bit of leeway on these things as well. You can basically have your character standing off of it. It'll look like that, but it'll still be in an area where he won't fall, so you don't have to worry too much about it. And it's not like messing up really hurts you in any way. It just takes a little bit of time out of your very busy schedule, obviously. If you're playing this game, you must be very, very busy. Now the next one's over here in the God's Lost Swamp. Now, there's a couple waypoints around it. There's Swamp Lost, God's Lost, and then Finney. I think I'm gonna use the Finney waypoint because it's the cheapest, and I am spending a fortune on making this video. Oh my god! Now here's the Finney waypoint on the map again, just as a little reminder. And then sometimes this will be contested, but I mean, there's no real important vista near it, so you don't have to worry about that. From Finney Ridge, you can jump down this and maybe die, but you have to go east or to the right. So I'm just going to be a bit safer than just jumping off. You probably won't die from that, but I mean, it's still damage. Now, anything with a red name is going to be naturally aggressive against you, so you might want to avoid that, like the bandits in the cave were. And now, this vista is actually a bit tough at first if you don't start in the right area. So just bear with me for a second as I walk around this massive thing. You can tell that the vista's right there. Now, from right here on the map, you can tell I kind of went around the long way just to make sure there weren't any other entrances. But I'm pretty sure this is the only entrance to getting to the vista correctly. You can just climb up this tree a little bit onto this side of the mountain. And then just making sure you don't fall off and jumping occasionally to get past the little hurdles in the way. You can just climb straight to the vista, and it'll show you everything of this beautiful swamp. Okay. Now, if you go up on any of the other sides, which is what I was trying to do, I was trying to get from here to here, you're going to need a pretty impressive jump. I think it's doable with a couple of disengage kind of abilities, but I'm not going to bother testing that right now, Because right now, we've done all the vistas on this side of the map. And next up is this one right here. It's right next to a waypoint. Crichton waypoint. And I might as well just do this one nice and fast. Now, here at the Crichton waypoint, you're gonna go north for a little bit just so that you can get on top of this hill/mountain area. And that's really it. This is not a complicated vista to get. But if for any reason you haven't explored all of this area, like if you've just done this and you don't know where all the vistas are, this one is very easy to get. If you go to Shaymore Garrison, it's a little to the south, and then it's just straight east, past this area right here. And it's very, very easy to get. I recommend just getting it so you don't have to waste your time later getting it, but even if you have to, that literally took, what, like 10 seconds to get to, so not a huge deal. There's only a couple of vistas left. Okay, my mouse was just glitching there, sorry. Next up, I'll show you this really easy one. Also, this is not tough. You go to the Shire of Beetleton, and if you're wondering where that is, it's in the furthest north and furthest east, or top right area of your map. If you have not been there yet, you can run there very easily if you just keep going to the right or keep going east. You run through Queen's Forest, and if you do run through here and you haven't gotten the one that I just got yet, you can just go a little south. But then you'll just eventually get into this town. It's always friendly. There's a really easy quest inside of it. It just takes a little while to do. Okay, so now in Beetleton, once my map starts working, thank you, you're going to make your character's arrow point this way. You're just going to run. And that's it. They made this one really easy once you're in Beetleton. And they did that just so that you can see the village pretty easily, because they wanted to show this one off. Of course, I guess if they wanted to show it off so bad, they'd probably make it load. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that is all 9 vistas. If you need a quick recap as to where they are on the map, here's all of Queensdale. I'll just quickly point them all out. First, in the top left corner is the one on Divinity Dam. We then continue to do Bandit Haunt Caverns. You go south of this heart, and then you can just maneuver your way through the caverns. Next one, we went to the Fields Waypoint, went south, walked along a pipe to get to this vista right here. We then waypoints, traveled to the Vale Waypoint. We made our way up and around onto this hill to easily grab that vista. We went back to Vale Waypoint later on, and we went south, as you can follow this path because it still appears here. And we had to climb on top of a house doing a couple jumping maneuvers, and we got to that vista. Now, a bit more to the east, here on Finney Ridge, or the Finney Waypoint, we went straight east, and then from this side of the mountain right here, or the little structure, we climbed on top of a tree and up, and if you try to do it from over here, you'd have a little bit more trouble unless you had a disengage ability, which I didn't have on at the time. But it's very easy to do from this side over here where my mouse is. Then the next vista, actually this one right here, very simple. You just go to the Crichton Waypoint and go up and around. There's the vista. Another really easy one was in the Shaymore Garrison. You just had to go to the waypoint, climb up some stairs, and then walk out onto the little area they had there. And then finally in the Shire of Beetleton, all you had to do was walk around a little bit inside of Beetleton itself, and the vista was just sitting there waiting for you. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any suggestions as to what I should do, being like, don't show off all the vistas, cutscenes, we don't need to see them, it would make the video shorter, or I liked seeing them, keep them in. If you want less of me talking and more of just like, I point to the waypoint on the map, I point to the vista, and then I just walk there, or even if you just want me to be around the vista starting, and then just go straight to it instead of going all the way from a waypoint, I can do that too. And any other suggestions you might have, I would love to hear in the comment section below. And yeah, that's just about it. Thank you for watching, and I think my next one will be on Caledon Forest, or Caledon, the Silvari starting area.